Hallo meine lieben Frische und willkommen zurück zu Genshin Impact. Kurz damit ihr Bescheid wisst, letztes Mal war meine Ach-und-Quest war geblockt durch die Legendenquest von Xingqiu. Deswegen habe ich den ersten Dialog abspielen lassen. Ich habe den auch aufgenommen. Ich werde euch den jetzt einblenden und danach begeben wir uns dorthin, wo wir hin müssen.
Feel free to look around. There's no obligation to buy.
We're looking for the Liyue volume of the Teyvat travel guide. Do you have it in stock?
Sorry, dear. We stopped stocking that a very long time ago. It just wasn't selling.
Huh? But the Mondstadt volume was so interesting. Bummer.
The thing is, the author made it too personal, and the result wasn't really much of a guide. It barely sold any copies, and the few travelers that did buy it made complaints afterward.
War der Autor zu sehr auf sich selbst konzentriert?
Well, that's a shame. The Mondstadt volume was a good read, even just as an adventurer's diary.
The fact remains that I don't have it in stock. If you must read it, try your luck at Chang the Ninth's place.
Who's Chang the Ninth?
A book collector who lives in Qingce village. He's a complete grouch, but he will behave himself if the conversation is about books. He was a regular customer here back when he lived in Liyue Harbor, and I still send him the odd out-of-print book or two every now and then.
Did somebody say out-of-print books?
Xingqiu!
Is there a chance that Volume 6 of Legend of the Shattered Halberd is also in his collection?
Taucht doch nicht so plötzlich auf, da kriegt man ja noch einen Herzinfarkt.
Apologies, my liege. Where are my manners? My name is Xingqiu, a humble literature enthusiast who happened to be passing by. Since you and I are both in search of lost books, what say we travel together to Mount Qingce and pay a visit to Chang the Ninth?
Das stimmt, du kannst uns den Weg zeigen.
My pleasure, fellow book lover.
Umherziehender Held. Okay, Leute, also, wie ihr gesehen habt, sind wir auf der Suche nach einem seltenen Buch, oder eher einem Buch, das nicht mehr hergestellt wird, was nicht verkauft wird. Und darum geht es in der Legendenquest eigentlich, nehme ich mal an. Jetzt müssen wir nur Chang den Neunten finden. Eine Kiste. Keine Ahnung, wo dieser steht. Aber wir werden den schon irgendwie finden. Ja. Auf jeden Fall ist... Ich wollte eigentlich die Quest noch aufnehmen vor dem Dings. Bevor ich den Ach-und-Auftrag release. Allerdings hat mir der Ach-und-Auftrag so viel Bock gemacht, dass ich mir gedacht, okay, den release ich zuerst. Dann nehme ich halt nur den kleinen Teil von Xingqiu auf und dann werde ich wieder, ich glaube, es ist der da, oder? Ja. Und dann werde ich wieder die Ach-und-Quest aufnehmen. Das nächste, was kommt, ist wieder die Ach-und-Quest, nach Xingqius Quest. Was ich auch noch fragen wollte an euch, ich frage das gleich, erstmal Story.
The heavens are smiting me to smithereens.
Entschuldige bitte, bist du Chang der Neunte?
Uh-huh. And what do you want? Come on, spit it out.
We've heard you've got tons of old books lying around, and we want to borrow the Liyue volume of the Teyvat travel guide.
Huh. Don't get me started on the topic of my books. After the chasm was sealed off, the family mining business started going south. Then the Fatui started working to sabotage me. To pay off my debts, I had no choice but to pawn off my beloved book collection. Every last book. Do you have any idea what that means?
Dir ist langweilig, weil du keine Bücher mehr lesen kannst?
Wrong. That was my life's work. I devoted my entire life to curating, collecting, caring for them. And now they're gone. Gone, I tell you. It's useless ranting and raving at you like this. All I can do is try to save enough Mora to buy them back. Unless you have other business here, I'm done talking to you. Goodbye. Off you go.
Please tell me that you didn't pawn Volume 6 of Legend of the Shattered Halberd.
Legend of the Shattered Halberd. There's a title I haven't heard in a long time. You have good taste, my boy.
What? But we don't?
That work was an epic-defining masterpiece. Granted, it was almost unknown at the time it was published, but over time it was the work that came to define the genre of martial arts novels and sparked a plethora of imitation works. Barely any copies of the first edition were ever printed.
The later edition inexplicably went out of print, almost as soon as it was released. A shame, given what it allegedly added to the original story.
Yes, that's right. How did I forget? The original edition's 6th volume of that work is so rare, I could never bring myself to pawn it no matter how much I needed the money.
You mean you still have it?
Yes, it is my one and only remaining treasure.
Hey, Chang. You've got some nerve keeping me and my boss waiting like this. I need an answer. Will you sell the core lapis or not? I'm sure you don't need me to remind you that if you mess with Gentry Moutsai, you're messing with the Fatui.
Oh, you again. But you know I can't afford to give a 70% discount on the price. I'd never be able to buy my collection back.
That's your business. The question is, do you want your books or do you want food on your plate? Perhaps...
You...
Whoa there, friend. Come on. This gentleman is either willing to make a deal or he's not. You can't force him to sell against his will.
Just who do you think you are? Keep your nose out of other people's business.
My liege, I am but one who comes to the aid of this gentleman in his moment of need. I am Xingqiu, disciple of the Guhua clan.
Guhua clan? Did you hear this clown? He thinks he's a Guhua master in this day and age. Oh, there was me thinking the last granddads of Guhua had keeled over and died by now. Who were you supposed to be then, huh?
Justice is blind to our backgrounds, my friend. That just makes me someone trying to do the right thing. But you? The weasel who does the tiger's bidding may be less powerful than his master, but he is no less guilty.
Get a load of this guy. Just you wait. You'll be sorry you crossed me. And you, Chang, you're selling that core lapis whether you like it or not.
Oh, how the wolves prey upon the fallen tiger. My day...
So, just to come back to what we were talking about earlier, could I get a yay or nay about borrowing that book?
Jetzt mach mal halblang.
Oh, what does it matter now? I can't expect anybody to care about me anymore. But since you did stick up for me, please just take this book and leave me in peace.
3 long years I have waited for this day. Words cannot express my gratitude. I, Xingqiu, vow to repay this great act of generosity.
All right, give it a rest. Just bring it back when you're finished. Sorry, but I'm not about to put my hopes in some self-professed Guhua disciple.
Hey, where are you going? We've still got a job to do over here.
Was läuft jetzt? Naja, egal. Auf jeden Fall, was ich euch noch fragen wollte, Leute. Und zwar, ich bin komplett im Zwiespalt, ob ich soll Genshin mit Webcam aufnehmen oder nicht. Mir gefällt es ohne, mir gefällt es aber auch mit. Und ich kann mich einfach nicht entscheiden, ob ich es mit Webcam oder ohne Webcam machen soll. Deswegen geht die Frage jetzt an euch. Schreibt mir in die Kommentare, ob ihr wollt, dass ich wieder mit Webcam mache oder ob ich ohne Webcam bleiben soll. Weil ich kann mich einfach nicht entscheiden. Oder ich wechsle mal ab. Das kann auch sein. Oder, keine Ahnung, die Archon-Quests ohne Webcam und die Legenden-Quests mit Webcam. Ich überlasse euch die Wahl. Schreibt es mir in die Kommentare.
So, you like reading, huh? Mr. 5-second hero?
Oh, amazing! I never saw that coming.
Hello? Xingqiu? Anybody in there?
No wonder this book is so highly sought after.
Dieser bedrohlich aussehende Kerl eben hat doch gesagt, er wäre der Fürsten Maokai geschickt worden, richtig?
How can they bully poor old Cheng the Ninth like this? Forcing him to sell his ore for dirt cheap? It's daylight robbery, pure and simple.
Dann verschieben wir die Sache mit dem Reiseführer wohl.
Why do you give up on your book search so lightly?
Oh, so now you can hear what we're saying.
The reason I borrowed this book is that it would be a real pity if Cheng the Ninth ended up having to pawn it. And I meant every word I said to Cheng the Ninth. I will return his act of kindness. It is the just thing to do. I will be custodian of this book, and I will also help find a way to buy back the rest of his collection.
Hast du einen Plan?
Of course I do. An initial plan anyway. I still need to work out the details. Give me a second to reflect. It shan't take but a moment.
You're still here? What is this, a game to you? You think no one's really gonna get hurt? I gotta hand it to the
Auch nicht eine
Goofball clan.
Fatui-Frau.
We can
Ich hasse die Fatui-Frauen.
Oh,
Mal wie die
I'm
wackelt, die macht mich
sorry. Did I say
aggressiv.
Goofball clan? I meant Goohua clan. That's what you goofballs call it, right?
There's a saying that goes, the insect that shakes the oak tree ludicrously overestimates its ability.
Quit quoting proverbs at me, you buffoon.
Please leave this place. I will not tolerate an attempt to coerce an honest trader. Especially when the one you seek to
sieht so
threaten
aggressiv,
is one
aber
to whom
gleichzeitig
I owe
so
a
süß
debt of
aus, ne?
gratitude.
It's cute that you want to stick your neck out for Chang and all. But you
Warum
picked the
wackelt
wrong
diese Frau so?
time,
Das
you
macht mich so
little punk.
aggressiv. Bleib doch einfach
I brought
gerade
the
stehen.
Fatui to back me up. A whole army of you and your little Goohua buddies wouldn't be able to help you now.
I may be young, my liege, but the path I have chosen makes me no stranger to conflict. Why should I cower in the face of evil?
Oh, great speech. But now it's time for you to learn your lesson.
Also zerstören wir euch jetzt, ja? Hab ich recht?
Rain outlines your fate.
Dare to mess with me?
Let me amuse us. Light it up.
We'll see about that.
Ja, ich amuse dich gleich, du doofe Hexe. Wisst ihr, ich hab ja nichts gegen Frauen, aber ich hab in Genshin was gegen Fatui-Frauen. Aber sowas von. Fatui-Frauen sind... Warum? Wisst ihr? Das ist so... Die wurden erfunden. Aber warum? Okay, die Männer sind auch extremst nervig, ja, diese dicken Dinger, aber... Die wackeln nicht so.
You won this round, but you better watch your back. This isn't over.
Would it be too much to hope they've learned their lesson?
Du hast also ein göttliches Auge?
Yes, though I try to avoid using it. I dislike the unfair advantage it gives me against my opponents. Though I long to restore Guhua to its former glory, it is no easy task.
They've gone for now, but they'll be back looking to cause more trouble before long.
I'll see to it that no harm comes to those who show me kindness. There is a just and unjust way to do business, and I will ensure the matter is resolved satisfactorily. It's not like the Fatui to pick sides in a business dispute, but the confident demeanor of their errand boy suggests there is substance to his words. There must be a deeper level of collusion at work here. He mentioned Gentry Mautai. I know this name. He has a stately residence in Liyue Harbor. Maybe the two of you could go and investigate.
That idea works, but what are you gonna do?
Me? I have other things to look into. Let me see. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace in Liyue Harbor in a bit.
You really have stuff to do? Are you sure you're not just using us as your errand runners?
Wow, so that's how that turned out. This whole passage is just
Es ist
extraordinary.
mega arrogant von ihm, aber ich mag es.
This guy is so annoying. Paimon just wants to slap him right in his stupid face.
Es geht nicht um Schnelligkeit, sondern um Präzision.
Fine, but as per tradition, Paimon gets to pick an ugly nickname for him. From now on,
Let's see.
he shall be known as Guhua
go first. No need to wait for me. One more page and I'll go and stretch my legs. Just one last page.
Also ganz ehrlich, ich liebe Paimon für ihre Spitznamen, die sie jedem gibt. Die hat so einen großen Hass auf alles und jeden. Ich liebe es. Wir haben den Straßenjungen, wir haben den Pyro-Ritter. Und jetzt haben wir den Buchfuzzi. Also warum nicht? Aber Buchfuzzi gefällt mir bis jetzt am besten. Geh zu Resident von Fürst Moakai und höre dich dort um. Pachua! Grüß Gott! Stammiger Hu. Ich bin hier seit Frog, dein Herr hat mich eingeladen.
How strange. You're not on the guest list. The Master is dealing with some urgent business today. All prior appointments have been canceled.
Urgent business? What is it?
The Master's been working on a major business deal recently. He left early this morning to meet with a VIP client.
So, where is he now?
I'm sorry. The Master is stressed that we must not disclose that information to just anyone.
So geht man hier also mit seinen Gästen um.
No, I mean, yes, you are. I meant no offense. Please, believe me.
Erklär deinem Herrn ruhig, warum den Mist ausbaden muss, den du verzapft hast.
I'm sorry. Master's currently in business negotiations at Xingqiu Kiosk. I beg for your mercy, please. My master will show me no leniency if he finds out.
Well, my master has much more important things to do than talking to rude guards like you. Luckily for you, your bad attitude will be the last thing on our minds when my master's busy negotiating a big business deal with your boss.
Thank you. May your business forever be blessed by the Lord of Geo.
Der ist tot.
Nice work! Paimon never knew you were such a tough negotiator.
Du warst aber auch nicht übel.
Paimon loves compliments and all, but treating Paimon to some tasty snacks would show that you really mean it.
Sicher, Paimon, sicher.
Anyway, seems like the VIP client in question must be one of the Fatui.
Vermute ich auch.
In that case, let's get ourselves over to the Xingqiu Kiosk. Seems business is booming at the Xingqiu Kiosk. No one should notice if we blend in there. But either way,
Wie weit ist es?
if we
100 Meter, okay, da können wir laufen.
shady business they're up to, we better be careful.
Ich dachte, das wäre genug gewesen. Ja. Oh, ich habe fast keine Ausdauer mehr. Ich hätte aufpassen müssen. Wenn wir auf der Treppe landen, das würde uns den Weg einfacher machen. Oh, perfekt. Bin ich nicht gut, Leute. So, gehen wir rüber. Und wieder. Hallo.
I understand. I do. Please do not worry. You have my word that the order will be completed as promised.
The subordinate I sent was not quite so optimistic in his appraisal. Is somebody being uncooperative?
We just ran into a minor procurement problem, is all. We haven't managed to purchase the core lapis yet. But it's nothing for you to worry about. If Chang the Ninth won't sell, I can buy from someone else.
That would be most ideal. I remind you again that the Fatui care only about the result. We are willing to lend a certain degree of support to this transaction. But if it is not completed in time, you may suddenly find our goodwill comes at a price you cannot afford.
I understand. I am indebted to you for your protection. You know I would not dream of disappointing you, don't you?
We shall see when the time comes.
Darn that old man Chang.
So, Mr. Gentry Moutsai is colluding with the Fatui.
Nein, wirklich, Paimon.
Who knows if Gua Geek has made any progress? Should we go tell him?
Das war mir eigentlich schon klar, als der andere Typ Fatui erwähnt hatte. Aber es ist okay. Es ist okay. Paimon ist nicht immer die Schlauste. Mit Reporter sehr nah. Nein, eigentlich nicht. Das können wir auch laufen. Ich finde die Quest aber ziemlich interessant. Also, ich dachte, jetzt geht einfach nur darum, wie bei Lisas Quest. Sie hat ja Bücher gestohlen bekommen. Dass wir irgendwie sowas haben oder dass wir irgendwie auf der Suche nach einem seltenen Buch sind und das finden müssen in irgendeiner Ruine oder was weiß ich. Aber jetzt ist da eine ganze Story dahinter. Also wirklich so ein Chang hat literally Probleme mit den Fatui. Ja. Hey, Xingqiu.
You said you had other things to look into, as if you're some sort of man of mystery. When actually, all you meant was you wanted somewhere new to park your backside while you read your book.
Wir haben nachgeforscht und herausgefunden, was Fürst Maokai für Geschäfte macht. Paimon und die Reise erzählt Xingqiu, was sie für Fürst erfahren haben.
Did you really guess, or are you just saying that to sound clever?
The course of action we must take is now clear. To start with, please deliver this letter to the Feiyun Commerce Guild. They will know what to do. My liege, for reasons that I cannot explain, I will be unable to join you. There is no need for you to read the contents of the letter. When the time comes...
Ugh, this writing is super hard to read. Paimon can't make heads or tails of it.
Ist das eine alte Schrift?
Hence why I said there's no need for you to read it. The Feiyun Commerce Guild will have someone who can understand it.
But why would you want to get them involved? They're one of the bigwig commerce guilds in Liyue. Why would they want to help us?
Die Händlergilde Feiyun?
Since we got to Liyue, Paimon keeps hearing people mention it. Seems they oversee a lot of business that goes on around here.
Okay.
Having such big backing would be great and all, but are you sure they'd want to help?
No need to worry about that. From what I know, they share my sense of chivalry. Once they have read the carefully reasoned and passionately argued case I put forth in this letter, they will certainly be moved to action.
Warum sollten wir sie darin verwickeln?
Gentry Moutsai must be taught a lesson he will never forget. This is something we cannot do on our own. Also, I do not wish for anyone else to know of my involvement in this.
Why not? You're only doing this to try and help Chang the Ninth, right?
To silently disappear at the matter's conclusion, concealing one's name and contribution. This is the chivalrous thing to do. Each droplet of kindness I receive, I am duty-bound to repay with a welling spring of gratitude. I seek neither praise nor reward.
That sounds very lovely. But be honest, you just want them to do it so you can carry on reading your book, don't...
Thank you in advance for delivering this letter to the Feiyun Commerce
Genau,
Guild.
jetzt also möchte das tun.
Someone from the guild should be able to receive you near Lioli Pavilion.
Hey, stop ignoring Paimon!
Das wird er nie Paimon. Das wird den... Abenteuer 32. Cool. Bringen den Hostdiener der Händlergilde Feiyun den Brief. Können wir auch wieder hinfliegen. Ich finde die Quest sehr interessant. Also es ist bis jetzt eine der interessantesten. Wir haben zwar noch nicht viele gemacht. Wir haben noch sehr, sehr viele Hangouts zu machen. Aber eigentlich ist es bis jetzt eine der interessantesten Quests.
Excuse us, we come bearing news of a matter requiring your assistance. It's all in this letter.
Wieso fängst du jetzt an, wie Xingqiu zu reden?
A letter? Oh, I see. This again.
Schon wieder?
Oh, don't mind me. I was just speculating. Let me give this a read.
Can we actually read this thing? Is it even written in the common tongue?
Yes, the script is inimitable by the uninitiated. Honored guests, you must both be wary from your long journey. Please allow the Feiyun Commerce Guild to be your host for tonight.
Was? Wieso ausruhen?
Please rest assured that the matter written about has been duly received. We just need some time to prepare. Please take a seat here in Lioli Pavilion, where you may enjoy some light refreshments while taking in the ocean view. Consider it a small token of our esteem.
Yay, tasty snacks!
Ich wusste es, ich wusste es.
The VIP treatment.
Of course, we treat visitors with the utmost respect here at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. When honored guests grace us with their presence, far be it from us to shirk our duty to them. Please, this way.
Was läuft jetzt? Was stand in diesem Brief?
and Paimon thought we'd get kicked out or turned away at the door. Paimon didn't think Guhua Geek had so much clout.
Thank you for your patience. With the amount of wealth and power Gentry Moutsai has, it will take more than a slap on the wrist to get through to him. For him to correct the error of his ways, he must feel for himself the same suffering he has inflicted on Chang the Ninth. Since Gentry Moutsai's business has to do with core lapis, we simply need to buy up all the stock there is in Liyue. That will put him in a rather sticky situation. Deprived of the necessary raw materials, even the best craftsperson in Teyvat would be unable to make their product.
Great idea! That'll be sure to mess things up between him and the Fatui. But Liyue is huge. Is it really possible to buy up every last bit of core lapis in the harbor?
With the timescale we are on, it is indeed a challenge. Hence, as stated in the letter, we must ask for your further cooperation in the matter. First, there are a number of vendors in the city you will need to buy from. I've marked their respective locations on your map. There is also some unsold core lapis at the chasm. You will need to purchase that too. Finally, there is Chang the Ninth's batch.
Alrighty, so 3 sellers in the city, another one at the chasm, and then Chang the Ninth. Roger that!
Okay.
Of course, we are not expecting you to cover the costs.
Wow, so many Mora! With cash like this, Paimon could rent out Lioli Pavilion and eat there for a whole month!
Die Händlergilde Fiyun kann es sich wohl erlauben.
Well, this is not the first time we've had to do something like this. It's just par for the course now. All you need to do is strike a deal. The Feiyun Commerce Guild will handle the transportation and other trifling matters. Once you have purchased all the core lapis, please proceed to the Feiyun Commerce Guild's warehouse, where you can see the rest of the plan unfold.